In 1933, either Hitler or communists burned the German parliament, the Reichstag. Either way, Hitler then used this crisis to round up his political opponents. The rest, as they say, is history. From the communist pedophile Franklin Marshall Davis, through Bill Ayers, Reverend Wright.
No, 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 not God bless America, God damn America.
And more recently, George Soros. Obama may have been groomed since childhood to help destroy the country. If Obama is guilty of falsifying his birth certificate and social security number, let alone involvement in the murder of Don Young, then currently his two options are either years in jail or finding a way to declare martial law. All it takes is a so-called terrorist flying under radar, a suitcase nuke to take out Congress, the Supreme Court, and half of Washington any day of the week. If Obama truly is a Manchurian president, then we have already given him, and thus puppet masters George Soros and Vladimir Putin, all of our cyber codes and contingency plans for the defense of this country. Cyber attack could wipe out not only our national defenses, but telecommunications, power grids, transportation, and other computer-based systems that are targeted. In the midst of such a nuclear and cyber attack, with Congress destroyed, Obama would have no choice but to declare martial law. For the good of the country, of course. Selective biological attacks on cities and military bases would give Obama the excuse for declaring quarantine zones. You know, bubonic plague, for instance. This can kill you within hours of infection. By selectively withholding medicines from these areas, Obama can easily kill off his enemies, without even bothering with concentration camps and what have you. This could be the end of democracy in the America that we all love and cherish.
America's chickens are coming home to roost.
Wonderful man there, Reverend Wright.
Right, and who was my pastor, and he is a wonderful man.
Should you happen to think there is no danger here, please listen to the testimony of undercover agent Larry Gretwall, reporting on a secret meeting of the Weather Underground leadership, including Obama's friends and neighbors Bill Ayers and Bernardine Dohrn.
I brought up the subject of what's going to happen after we take over the government. And they felt that this counter-revolution could best be guarded against by creating and establishing re-education centers in the Southwest, where we would take all the people who needed to be re-educated into the new way of thinking and teach them how things were going to be. I ask, well, what is going to happen to those people that we can't re-educate, that are die-hard capitalists? And the reply was that they'd have to be eliminated. And when I pursued this further, they estimated that they would have to eliminate 25 million people in these re-education centers. And when I say eliminate, I mean kill.
This is the same Bill Ayers who stood on the American flag after 9/11, stating that he only regretted not doing more to bring about the destruction of America. This is the same Bill Ayers who launched Obama's political career in his Hyde Park front room in 1995, and has secretly been in the White House at least 3 times since the election. This is the same Bill Ayers who served with Obama and fellow Weather Underground member David Fenton on the Woods Foundation in the 1990s. David Fenton is a direct link from George Soros to the funding of Occupy Wall Street. It all comes full circle. We can't say for certain that Obama will go down the road of martial law, but if he is willing to condone murder and the falsification of his own birth certificate to gain power, what exactly are he and his handlers as good as Marxists willing to do to maintain power. We can say for certain, however, that from November to February, Obama's nominating petitions will be challenged in all 50 states based on his forged birth certificate, thus forcing both the media and politicians to finally address these issues once and for all. Thus, November through January are use it or lose it time for Obama, Soros, and Putin. Just like with Winston Churchill warning against Neville Chamberlain's peace in our time, the price of freedom is constant vigilance. God help us all if we forget this. Help us seek the truth regarding these matters while protecting our beloved country. Click below to help support our fight for vigilance, truth, and democracy. We call on all candidates and media outlets to demand answers to the questions raised in Obama's files right here, right now. The country we save will be our own.